Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is Tears Day, the 18th day of the month of November. The moon is new, I think. I think it's a new moon today. Let me just quickly check. Yep, new moon, 2%. So, new moon today. And let's get started. See what message wants to come through today. Using the Elder Futhark on Amethyst today, although, this is weird, okay? So, as I was getting ready, so let's see what message wants to come through today, first of all. This is a message for whenever you find this video, and for whoever this message is for, and so if you are listening to it and it is not resonating with you, then just leave it for whoever it's for. I was setting up, right? Like I was getting ready to do this, and my oak set fell over and Isa fell out. And I said, okay, I'll just put that up as some warning. And then as I was getting things ready, then my willow set fell over and Isa fell out. And I'm like, is this telling me to stop? Is this telling me to not do this reading today? Is this a message to stop for me? So I pulled a rune from this, and I got Lagus. So it said, like, keep flowing, like, flow forward. Like, acknowledge your emotions, but flow forward. So something is basically telling me to be still today. And I do see an Isa in this one as well, but that's actually for whatever message wants to come through. So I'm thinking I'm just being told to be still today. There are a lot of things happening right now, and so as there is with everybody. So anyway, but that was such a weird, freaky thing. So I'm just like, I don't know why I had to tell you that, but I thought it was really cool. Anyway, so yeah, being still. So the message that wants to come through today, we have Mana's reversed, which is the rune of humanity and your part in it. And so that's our central issue for the message that wants to come through. So Mana's is, as I said, humanity and your part in it. Reversed, it's inner, so it's basically you're shutting out the din of humanity and you're getting good with yourself. So it's you working on facing yourself with joy. Maybe something has... No, you know what? It's leading up to this, we have Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew tree. This is patience, slow growth, slow development, taking things step by step. Moving between worlds and integration, and now you're in a situation where you've basically shut the door carefully on humanity and all of its noise, and you're basically looking inward and saying, let's listen to ourselves, let's listen to our own truth, and not get swayed by what people are saying you ought to do. What's going to help you with that? We have Nauthies, which is the rune of need. This means tend to your needs. It's not reversed, so it's not an emergency. It's just basically what's going to help you get good with yourself right now is to just basically look around and say what needs to be done, what needs to be taken care of around me. And these are just like really basic foundational kind of things. It's like make sure that the things that need to be done around you are done. Not even an emergency, like just basically like get that in order, because that's going to allow you to continue to focus on looking inward and looking at your truth and all of that. What's going to help you with that is listening. We have, basically not listening per se, but sort of turning inward as well. Like this is sort of like both of these are turning inward around this. So if you're not sure what needs to be done around you, basically listen, like tune inward, take things in. Don't try to like force your perhaps things on. Like look inward first and have that inner dialogue or that inner conversation. So this could be inner communication. Sorry, Ansu's communication manifestation. This could be inner communication. This could be just basically listening, paying attention, being quiet. And that's going to help you to look around without filling the space with noise, which is just carrying forward from what you've tuned away from, and basically looking around and going, okay, what needs to be done? And then you will see it much more clearly, and that will help you get that in order so that you can then turn inward and work on, seeking and facing your truth and finding your inner drummer that you can then dance to. What isn't going to help, we have Kanaz and we have Berkana. So both of these are, of course, stemming from the pace that you had before. This one has as well, where you're just sort of moving forward, and now you're like, okay, we've got to really turn inward and face what we need to face, take care of what needs to be taken care of. And if we need to go even quieter so that we can be aware of this and so that this can actually bubble up to us and so that we can be aware of this in terms of more clearly, then that will also help. What won't help, we have Kaunas and Berkana, as I said. You don't want to just carry this forward like at this point. Like it's like you've put things off up until this point. You've just been carrying forward. But now you are taking the time to turn inward and say, okay, what do we need to get good with and what do we need to take care of? And just basically expanding on the pace that we had before is not going to help because we're not going to be able to face the things we need to. And similarly, what's behind that is we're basically, it's a change in momentum because we're actually going to be working on these things. So with Berkana's rune of beginnings and birth, Kaunas is the rune of the torch or the fire. The torch or the fire has to do with expansion, opening out. Both of them are leading from this pace that you had before, which was relatively slow, very measured, very patient, very calm. You have this moment now where you can basically turn in and take care of these things. So let's not expand on the pace that we had, and let's actually begin things. So we are a bit worried. This is Berkana's beginnings and birth. It's the birch tree. We're a bit worried about doing something new. It's a very upright rune in a negative spot, so it's a worry about that thing. So again, if we're worried about if expanding on this is the issue, now is the time to actually pick up and take care of the things that need to be taken care of. If worrying about beginnings and birth are a problem, this is all the more reason just to let yourself go silent and let what needs to be done bubble into your field of vision. What this is going to lead you to is a greater sense of calm and stillness. We have Isa, which is the rune of ice. Isa is the rune that fell out 2 times for me before, so definitely need that calm and stillness. Yeah, so basically, once we get through this step of turning inward, looking inward, seeing what we need, reconnecting with our truth, and then taking care of what needs to be taken care of, we can then have that moment of stillness. And it's the stillness through which clarity comes. So just like this, the more we do this, then the more we can bring in what we need to know. That will actually naturally just sort of flow in at that point. We aren't turning back outward again within this reading. Even the next step after this, you're still going to need to be enjoying some stillness and being still so that more clarity can come in. But it's this moment right now where, after moving forward in your pace, it's like your daily pace, and being patient with it and being very measured with it and perhaps moving between worlds and integrating them if possible. You basically needed this moment to turn inward. Okay, so like, what do I need? Like, actually ask yourself and try to get good with who you are and your inner self as well. And where again, it's humanity and your part in it, but when you turn it inward, it's your part in your world, your mythic world, And so ultimately what this is leading to is Isa. I do want to see if there's anything that's going to come out afterwards. That moment of stillness that we can finally have. Yeah. And then after that, you will then be able to move forward, but from a more protected, home sort of state. We have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. So all of this has led to a greater sense of solidity in terms of what is your comfort zone, in terms of what is your solace and sanctuary. And just from there, you can move forward again, perhaps even step out and face the rest of humanity again. But right now you're working on getting your inner world good and then the world around you good, that you can affect, that you do have control over. And that's where this starts. This is going to carry forward as far as taking care of what needs to be taken care of. So that is the message that wants to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.